In this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Covered by Jason McCourty.
Well, again, they'll throw with Breeze. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, it's Breeze. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Jakeem Grant now to return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Second. Quarter here, he has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Mayfield now from the 50. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a timeout.
A gain of 13.
7 seconds left in the first half.
Texans.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Bears 10.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. White flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin just up the road right here in Florida. In AFC.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Mayfield with a quick fire to Landry. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Shoves him aside. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Always got some breathing room. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 10-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pick. Up and it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Back to it after the pick-6. Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Houston.
This one quickly into the hands of Landry.
Mayfield.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Now it's Hunt. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake. Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd.
Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back.